Hello and welcome to Homes for Lambus YouTube channel. My name is Claire, I'm your yoga instructor, and know that today you will need no equipment whatsoever, just yourself and your mat. So let's start standing today, a little bit different. And bring your feet inner hip distance apart and roll your shoulders back, and let's take a deep breath in. Let it go from the mouth. Again, deep breath in. Let it go, any frustration, any tension. And know that today we're going to work a little bit differently. We're going to work around the elements of nature. That's earth, water, air, and fire. And so, of course, each has its very own different quality. And we're going to try and find those qualities within the body. But first of all, taking that moment to come and settle into our practice and into our body. So bring right hand to belly, left hand to the heart. Close down the eyes and take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then begin to breathe fluidly, steadily, slowly in and out of your nose. And ensure that as you stand, there is a length and a lift through your body, particularly through the chest. Toes are spread out, your feet are grounded into the earth, into your mat. And just give your body time to settle. And give your breath time to settle. And notice that the longer you stay here and stand still with nothing to do, nowhere to go, notice how the breath responds to that and of its own accord starts to quieten. Starts to deepen. And as the oxygen levels increase with that deeper, slower breath, it sends all of the signals to the body, to the brain, to start to shift into more of a rest state. So rather than fight and flight, you move into rest and digest, a much nicer place to be, I think. Notice your body move as you inhale, so hands will move away a little bit from the body as everything expands, and then on your exhale, everything settles and moves back towards the spine. Take a few more breaths and just have a check that as you stand and breathe, that no automatic tension starts to creep up to the body. Just make sure shoulders melt down the back and neck feels very free and easy. And let's take one more breath together here. And exhale. So you softly blink your eyes open. Move your hands away from the body. Move your feet perhaps a little wider and bring a softness to those knees just to protect your back as we start to move into the air element, this upper body place, particularly in the body. Air is all about uplift. And in terms of the body, it's very much those feelings of lifting chest to the sky and twists. And As you would imagine, upper body is, of course, home to the lungs. So that is very much the air element. And so by beginning to twist through the upper body, we're trying to create a little bit of space in the home for the lungs. So your thoracic spine, your cavity of the upper body, that's what we're trying to free up here in this air element, trying to free up how you breathe, trying to release some of the tension and tightness that we hold in the upper body. And so just by picking up perhaps a little bit through feet, through heels, just means that you're not jamming quite so much into the lower back as you twist. And gaze can be to the front if bringing your head round like so makes you feel dizzy. Little twists. Keep going. Notice perhaps how the first few feel really stuck, don't they? Really tight. But as you go, as you continue to move, notice how it starts to feel just a little easier. There's a little bit more space going on. Still stiff, that part of your upper body. We use it so much to round forwards to either, bend over computers or pick up children or animals or shopping. And so it does tend to get really stuck. But this is a really nice way just to see what we can do about finding a bit more space. Let's go a couple more. You've been here for quite a while. Let's take 4 more, and 3, and 2, and 1, and then come and stand into your legs, into that earth element. Element of earth, as you would imagine, is strong, is stable, is immovable. So just find that sense in your legs for a moment, just to let the air element settle. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. And then let's move to the front of our mat and warm up with a couple of half sun salutations. Feet in a hip distance apart. Sweep and circle the arms up. Lift your air element, your chest, your heart space. Lift it to the sky. There's your inhale. With soft knees, because it is your first forward fold, come into Uttanasana. And perhaps if you're feeling particularly stiff today, lift the hands up to the thighs so you're not bending too far forwards, and just find a little bit of movement here in the legs. Should feel nice just to ease into the forward fold. And then exhale, just release. Hands to the shins. Inhale, send your heart forwards. Really lengthen. Again, air element shoots forwards. Exhale, release. Bend the knees. Inhale, sweep to rise. And exhale, hands to the heart. Let's take that twice more. Inhale, lift your chest, your heart center, your air element to the sky. And exhale, send it into your forward fold. And so your forward folds are very much more about earth. Hands to shins. Inhale, we lengthen. And exhale, we melt and fold. Inhale, we press to stand, lift up, rise up, and exhale, hands to the heart. Let's take that one more time. Inhale, sweep and lift. Exhale, we forward fold. Inhale, we lengthen the heart, and then bend the knees and step straight back into your downward facing dog. Take a moment, pedal through your feet, just as you did in your forward fold. Grounding down through each heel one at a time. And know that downward dog is an incredibly difficult pose. It's very shoulder focused. And so we want to try and push as much weight into the legs as we can. So really drive into the floor to push that weight back. And then move your feet hip distance apart. Bring a softness to the knees and then push through the hands. Send your sit bones up to the sky. And lengthen through your spine. Take an inhale and an exhale, and just roll through the neck a little bit. Make sure there's no tension in the upper body. And then let's bring the knees to the earth and come into an extended child pose. And let's move into our water element. Water is all about fluidity, of course, so continual movements. And water in the body is very much around the hips. So we're going to do a little water flow and bring in a little bit of air too. So round the spine on your inhale, it's your cat pose. Exhale, lower your hips, your chest, your chin to the floor. Take a cobra upper body and a locust lower body. It looks like this. Upper body lifts and the legs lift. It's your inhale, that's your air element, and exhale, release. Again, let's lift up. Heart opens. Inhale and exhale. Take an inhale, push back. And take an exhale back to extended child pose. Slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Again, here's your air element. We lift the chest, we lift our lungs up to the sky, and with this sense of openness, fill up your inhale. And then take an exhale, connect hands to the floor, transition, downward facing dog. We bring the feet together, continual movement, right leg lifts. Inhale, lift. And exhale, step or place your foot and come into your low lunge. Arms rise. Inhale, heart lift. Exhale, sweep the arms back. You're opening through your hips, your water flow. Inhale, lift, continuous movement. Exhale, sweep back. Again, inhale, gather up. This time, exhale, left hand to the floor, right hand to the sky, still moving. Inhale, we twist. Exhale, right hand underneath left thigh. Inhale to open. Exhale. Third and final time. We inhale, twist, exhale, hands to the floor. Take an inhale, lift up, lunge. Take an exhale, downward facing dog. Come down to the knees. Inhale, extended child, exhale. Let's take that flow again. Round the spine. Inhale, lower hips, chest and chin. Exhale. Cobra and locust. Inhale, legs lift, chest lift. Exhale, release. Again, deep breath in, deep breath out. Take a cobra pose. Inhale, extended child pose. Exhale. Slowly roll up, come up onto the knees, onto the shins, hands to the back. Take an inhale. And exhale, take your downward facing dog straight into the left leg lift. Inhale, left leg lift. Exhale, step, place, knee down. 3 sweeps. Inhale, heart to the sky. Exhale. Good, hips getting a really nice juicy opening here. Inhale. Exhale, push back. Let's go one more deep breath in. Deep breath out, right hand to the floor. We move into that twist sequence. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck underneath. Inhale, open, twist. Exhale, underneath the thigh. Here's your final one. We take the inhale, open. Exhale, hands to the floor. Pick up your back knee. It's your inhale. Downward facing dog is your exhale. Take a moment in stillness. Again, softening the knees to enable you to lengthen your spine. And as you pause and breathe in downward facing dog, start to connect into your abdominals. So pull your lower belly back towards your spine. To move into just a little bit of fire, just a little bit of heat. Here we go. Inhale, ripple forwards into plank. This is strong in the shoulders and this is strong in the core. Yeah, so here's that inhale. Take it back, exhale, downward facing dog. Twice more. Inhale, ripple through into plank. Belly is engaged, contract through your abdominals. Exhale, push back. Final one. Inhale. This time stay here. Exhale. And let's take 8 knee to nose. Here we go. We draw in
tap back. If you need to cut this section out, if you're a beginner and need to instead come down onto the knees and take a normal plank, you could. Let's go 2 more into the fire now. 2, 1, and release. Downward facing dog. Let that go. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. To bend the knees and look forwards. Make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, forward, fold. Let it go. To slowly roll up. Circle your shoulders and stand tall into your earth element. Deep breath in and out. Move a little bit more into the legs, a little bit more into your earth element. Let's show you this from the front. So here we go. Take feet hip distance apart, maybe a little wider. Take an inhale, lift up. Take an exhale, push back into squat. So very, very strong in your thighs. This is your stability here. Deep breath in, lift up. Exhale, come into that yogic squat, also known as Malasana. Again, deep breath in, lift. Deep breath out. Good. This time, inhale, lift. Bring your feet together. Exhale, squat. Inhale, lift, step out to the right. Exhale, squat. Inhale, lift, feet together. Exhale, squat. Inhale, lift, step out to the left. Exhale, squat. You got it. Deep breath in, lift. Once again, exhale, squat. Stay here and breathe. Extend the arms. You're in Utkatasana. So all those elements of earth, we think of a real sense of foundation, of grounding. You know, a mountain would be a really good, you know, way of thinking about earth. It's immovable, it's strong, nothing moves that mountain. That's your earth element. It's everything from your lower body down. If you're standing strong in your legs, you're connecting into your earth element. You are unshakable. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Let's release. Hands to the shins. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back into plank. Let's move through a traditional vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Inhaling into cobra, low or high. Exhale, transition, downward facing dog. Bend the knees to look forward, step or walk, top of the mat. Inhale, send that air element to your chest, your heart forwards. Exhale, fall back into earth. Bend the knees. Inhale, rise up, chest up. Exhale, come back to your mountain, Tadasana pose. 2 more times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Inhale, you're in your fire, core engaged, shoulders engaged. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, small cobra, or if the body allows, a little higher. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bend the knees, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, folds. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hand to the heart. Take a moment, pause. And just close the eyes. And think about what it means to you to stand strong. What brings you a sense of trust in your life? A place where you feel safe and stable. And this earth element is so incredibly important in this very difficult time that we're living in right now. We want to feel safe and collected and in control. And that's very much your earth element, standing up, standing tall. One more, Surya A, salute to the sun. Deep breath in, lift up that heart, expand into your inhale. Exhale, dive over your legs.
Hands to your shins. Take an inhale, lengthen forwards. Take your exhale and stay here for a moment. Let's tap back into our fire, our inner strength, our core strength. It's our heat, it's our energy. It's when we're feeling dynamic. Fire equally important. And let's take 8 side taps this time if you can. If not, of course, build up strength, build up your fire here. Otherwise, right leg out, tap center, left. So very much into your fire. It should feel hot and strong. 4 more for 4 and 3, 2, 1. Gently lower with as much control as you can. I know the arms are tired. Slowly come down. Well done. Take that inhale into cobra and take an exhale into downward facing dog. Let it go. And then come down onto your knees, if that's comfortable, or a seated cross-legged position. Take a moment. As we did at the start, right hand to the belly, left hand to the heart center, close down the eyes and breathe. And just like in nature, you can't have one element without the other. There needs to be balance in order for there to be harmony. And that's the same for anything in nature. For us, we wouldn't want to have too much fire. It would make us aggressive and angry. It needs to be tamed by the sweetness, the gentleness of water and air, of the stability and safety and security of earth. And so this is your moment in your practice where you come to settle and bring all of those elements back into harmony. Two more breaths. To release hands, open eyes, and come to make your way back into your downward facing dog. Let's do a little bit more with the standing poses, the earth element poses, as that's the element that we need the most of right now in this life that we are living, this COVID, this lockdown life that we are living. We need that stability, right, of earth. It's I am okay. That's the underlying mantra of earth, I am. So come into your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let's bring the feet together, sweep the right leg to the sky. For a moment, come through into scissor core. Let's say hi once again to fire. In it comes. And then take it straight back out. Inhale. To step your right foot through, come into warrior one. Left foot off to the left and sole of the foot to the floor. And rise up, forward facing with your torso. Stand strong in your warrior. And again, you know, these warrior poses, really good if you need to feel empowered. And again, this sense of I am, they're pretty intense in the lower body. And for a moment, bring the hands to the waist and just be aware of less about the upper body. Let's really be aware of how much you have to stamp your feet into the floor, particularly that left back foot. Deep breath in, breathing strong here, deep breath out. Again, full inhale and exhale. Inhale, you're letting that back leg settle. Exhale. Open out, heel to arch alignment, warrior two. It's a fidget of the feet and it's a moving of the feet further apart. And let's open the arms now into that warrior two. And you even feel that sense of strength, you know? Deep breath. Keep the legs as they are. Flip your front palm into a reverse warrior, taking a little bit more of a part twist, part back bend. Trying to open into your ribs.
And then bring your right forearm to your thigh into side angle pose, and feel the length and the straightness through that fingers of your left hand, all the way down your arm, down your side body, down your back leg that's still stamping connected into the floor. Take a deep breath in, connect your hands to the floor, and exhale to plank. Take an inhale into the fire and exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale into your heart opener, your back bend. It's your earth element. And come through into downward facing dog. Let's move second side, feet together. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, steps through. Warrior one, rise up, breathe. Let's connect hands to waist. And just check in that the breath is constant, is easy. So trying to have a nice deep breath rather than a shallow, labored breath. That breath is still sending the signals to the body to stay in this rest-like state. Open out into your heel to arch alignment, warrior two, dropping into the hips. Again, hip is water, yeah, the seat of creativity. Let's drop a little deeper into the hips, opening out through the arms. Flip your front palm, legs stay as they are. Keep easing that left knee forwards as you take your upper body backwards. Take an inhale and exhale, forearm to the thigh, turning your body fully to the side. To stretch all the way down your side body into your side angle pose. Take a deep breath in. Hands to the floor, step back into plank. It's your exhale. Pull in through the belly. Take an inhale. Let your core center support you here. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhaling into cobra, small or high. And exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, deep breath in. Deep breath out for a moment. Come back into plank. Inhale. Once again, lower knees, chest, chin. Exhale. And bring your forearms to the earth. To pause for a moment into Sphinx. So into the heart, opening, full breath, full inhale, element of air. To bring in fire from here, start to tuck the chin to the chest. Start to lift your ribs away from the floor. Start to lift your belly away from the floor. Start to lift your hips away from the floor. Tuck your pubic bone underneath you. In goes the core. You should feel this as a real strong core connection. And then gently release hips, belly, ribs. Come back into your inhale. Let's do that again. Exhale, chin to chest. Lift the front ribs away, lift the belly away, tuck the pubic bone, lift the hips away, pause and breathe. Hug your knees towards each other, feel that abdominal connection, and then slowly release. You have one more to do. You inhale into air. You exhale, tuck, round, scoop your belly and hold for 4, 3, upper body is working strongly, 2, 1, and release. Come all the way down so that you can scoot your hands back. Take a deep breath in. Downward facing dog. Exhale. And recover. To move into your final standing flow. So dancing warrior sequence, it's the poses you have just done, but moving a little bit more fluidly like water now from one pose to the other. Here we go, feet together, right leg. Inhale, right leg lift. Exhale, knee to nose, scissor core. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, warrior one, feet. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, pivot, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle, fingertip lunge. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, move through a vinyasa. Inhale, exhaling knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra, low or high. Exhale, downward facing dog, feet together, straight to the other side. Inhale, left leg lift. Exhale, warrior one, feet. Inhale, warrior one. Heel to arch alignment. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle, pivot to the floor. Inhale, fingertip lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower to the earth. Inhale, cobra this time. Exhale, child pose. Let it go. Forehead to the hands or to the floor. Again, in stillness, just let the elements come together. To lift up. Shoulder roll back. And let's move into our seated sequence. Coming into very much an air back bend. All back bends are air. Anything that is here is air. Yeah, as we've talked about, chest, lungs, open, receptive. Come up onto the knees. If you have delicate knees, you could roll. I like to do this. You could roll your mat back and it provides a little bit of a cushion for you. So knees are hip distance apart, and tuck your toes for me. And then turn your upper body just a little to the left and bring your left hand towards your left heel and lift your right arm up. And if this feels too much, instead, take out the twist, have hands to your back, just like we did in our warm-up flow, and stay here instead. So that rather than twisting, you're staying symmetrical. So listen to your body with this one. It's a big pose. It requires an openness in the back and an openness in the quads. So listen to your body. Listen to the feedback your body is giving you. Hand to the heart can help you lift up into that heart hand. Take another inhale and exhale to slowly come up. Take your time. Come back to neutral and then take a moment to let the body settle. Inhaling. Exhale. To lift up. Lift onto the balls of your feet. Take a twist towards the right. Slowly with control. Tuck your pubic bone. Lengthen your lower back. Lift up your front hip points, and then maybe you reach the heel, maybe you don't. Hand to chest, breathe up, lift your upper body. Body meets hand, it'll help create a little bit more space in the upper body. Option to shoot that arm up and over. Half camel here. Deep breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale to gently lift up, belly pulls in, lengthen that tail, come back to neutral. Once again, sitting back onto the heels to let your body settle, and you can move your mat out of the way. To come to move from that heart opener into water. So coming into a hip stretch. Cross your ankles, right ankle in front. Take a deep breath in and exhale, melt forwards.
Just relaxing as best as you can into your hips, into your outer thighs, into your inner thighs. And lift up. Take that to your second side. Left leg in front, deep breath in, deep breath out, melt forwards. And you can just really surrender now into these seated poses. The movement, continual movement section of your practice, the creating heat element is done. You're very much into what we call the lunar element, the cooling down, the slowing down. And it's the poses we get to explore for a little bit longer. We stay in them for a little bit longer. Let's lift up, still staying with water, opening in and around the hips. Let's open the legs into a wide-legged forward fold. You could sit on a blanket for this. It tends to be a pose where we feel really tight in. You could have hands to the floor to help you lift up and fold forwards, and you could also bend your knees. So feel what any of those variations give you, and then fold forwards to the best of your ability. And perhaps you have an idea of what element of nature you most associate yourself with. And it's a real nice way. It's not something you can tangibly measure in terms of, oh, I have more fire, oh, I have more water. But there's definitely those subtle things that you can see fall into one of those elements. And, you know, historically, of course, we've always talked about elements as a way to reflect who we are. You only have to think of the zodiac system, you know, that's all fire, earth, water, air. And so it goes to say that if you feel you probably have a little bit too much fire, that it's always worth doing a practice or tapping into somebody who has a different energy to you to counterpose some of that. Take a few more breaths into this forward fold. And lift. Let's move into earth. So it's still a forward fold, but legs are together now. It's coming into your Paschimottanasana, your seated forward fold. Again, as always, sit on a blanket or a block if you need to. Take a deep breath in and exhale, release and fold. Let it go. Stretching your whole back body. Breath is nice and steady. To lift up. Let's move for a moment into fire, coming into Navasana or boat pose. So it does require the engagement of the belly. For a moment, bring those feet in front of you and start to tuck and round your spine just a little bit and just rock off your bony sit bones. And then bring your hands behind your thighs and start to perhaps feel lifting legs off the floor. If that's difficult for you, maybe you just lift one leg off the floor and stay on your toes. Otherwise, see if you can balance. Feel that core connection kick in. You're welcome if you want to challenge yourself to take your hands away from the legs. So part balance, part core. It's also strong into the legs. And release. Feet down. Take an inhale, lift up through your spine. Take an exhale, come back into Navasana. Take an inhale, lift up through spine. Take an exhale, tuck and round, lift the legs. And pause here, inhaling for 1. Exhale, don't worry if you fall out. Inhale for 2, take a breath and come back in. Exhale, let's go one more. Inhale. And exhale, come back. Take that inhale to lift. And let's slowly start to make our way onto the back. Come all the way down and hug those knees into the chest. To finish, as always, with a spinal twist. It's a little bit of a mix, I find, twists of air and fire. It twists into the core, and yet the twist is also really nice into the upper body. So let's scoot the hips to the left, knees to the right. Open that left arm out to the side. Take a moment to settle in. And if it feels comfortable for you, you can close your eyes, because you know rest pose is just around the corner. To ease yourself back to center. And just take a moment, shift your hips all the way over to the right and bring those knees over to the left. Open out through that right arm. Soften as best as you can into your mid-spine, into the home for the lungs, into this naturally very restricted part of the body. Keep trying to soften with the gentleness of your exhale. To come back to center, if you need to put layers on, a jumper or a blanket, to enable you to really relax into your Shavasana, you could. If you are practicing and watching this video later tonight, you could turn the lights off. Otherwise, when you're ready, extend your legs out into your Shavasana. Take a moment to fidget, take a moment to shake and settle through the body. And then take a deep breath in. Take a full exhale. And let any tension or frustration that's left in the body, let that leave your body on your exhale. Giving yourself this time to surrender. Giving yourself this time to have muscles completely relaxed. Maybe breath becomes a little shallower in the rib cage. Let's take a full breath in. Big sigh out. And start to find gentle movement into feet and fingers. And then zip your legs up, interlace through the fingers and push your palm away. And lengthen through your entire body length. Get as long as you can. And then very gently hug one knee in and hug second knee in. And just gently roll over to your right-hand side. Perhaps give yourself a moment there before you come up to any seated, comfortable position. Close down your eyes. Taking a moment in this transition from end of your practice into the rest of your day or evening. And then bring your hands together at the heart center and bow the head in gratitude to yourself, your practice, your breath, this moment. And thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed. As always, please note that if you want any more information about what Homes for Lambeth are doing right now, please go and check out their website, www.homesforlambeth.co.uk. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed, and I really look forward to seeing you in our next class. Thank you.